Felicitations, friends.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Just so you know, this half of my mouth is numb from the dentist. And the reason I'm telling you this is sometimes we feel like we need to wait for situations to be ideal. And we decided we were just going to do it anyway and not wait for the ideal situation. So my apologies. I had no idea what's going on with this half of my face.
Hey, we can take what we can get. So I think today what we really wanted to talk about and start with is what are we doing? The Green Lighthouse. What are our goals and where are we headed?
So, a big reason we are starting the Green Lighthouse is particularly where we live, global warming is apparent. You don't need research studies, it's right outside our door. We're having massive crop failures every year here. For example, last year, all the fires we had in the summer, it ruined the wine because nobody really likes a smoky wine flavor. And so it's so apparent. We've been talking about how we were fortunate enough to be able to install air conditioning. Air conditioning when I grew up, nobody had air conditioning here. It was not a thing. And the hard part is we're seeing the impacts on families who can't afford to now go back and retrofit their homes.
Homes were not built with this centralized cooling system where, the ducts that go into every room. And so to put those in are so expensive. And that's just one of the problems that are becoming more apparent because of global warming and this climate crisis that we're dealing with. Because here in Oregon, the temperatures have just been crazy.
Sky high temperatures, record-breaking after record-breaking temperatures, fires. I mean, we've always had fires, but these are fires like we've never seen before.
And that are uncontrollable. These communities that have never had to deal with fires before, especially up here in the Willamette Valley, where we're pretty wet all year long. And so throughout the summer, fires weren't as big of a concern because it's been wet all year. And I'm not a fire expert, but dealing with these extreme heat, these high winds, and all the lightning strikes and everything that's been going on, it is just running through our forts rampant, and it's so heartbreaking to see.
Well, and I think a big part of it is now you don't need to be an expert to see it. You just need to have lived here for a certain amount of time. The glaciers, when we look at the mountains, I've never seen the mountains that bare. And so when I think about global warming, especially since I have kids, and even now, I mean, it's so horrible you feel like you could cry. And I didn't want to just be lounging in this state of despondency and feel like there was nothing I could do. I have this true belief, although this is a huge problem, that if we join together and we all do a tiny little bit, we got here bit by bit, right?
Yeah.
And if we can all contribute, we can make a change.
Yeah, and I'm 21 years old, and so when I was a kid and in elementary school and middle school, and we were hearing about these things and climate change and what that entails and what that means, I remember watching this Disney Channel commercial type of thing with all the people that are on Disney shows saying that, we're going to fight it and it's going to be fixed. And so when this generation coming up, we really believed that this was being handled and taken care of, and everybody's, eyes were on this problem. And so now being an adult and realizing how many people are not paying attention, and that it's really up to us to be the ones to do something. It's up to our mothers and our fathers and our parents, our grandparents, our neighbors to come together and to make a change. It hasn't been happening how it's needed to happen. And so we really have to dedicate time and money and awareness and support to anything that we can to make something good happen for once.
So one of the things we want to do is we want to have a platform for people to come together, and we also realize that trying to be more environmentally aware can feel like trying to swim upstream, and you're going against the current of society. And so another thing we want to do is, there were moments when I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what to do. So we want to provide avenues, suggestions, and again, little suggestions where I think one of the things that often happens is we forget the middle ground.
Yeah.
And we go to these extremes, but we want to say, let's do some little things that'll add up.
Step by step. I know it's very overwhelming and it's very scary. Us alone are not going to fix the climate crisis that is happening. The United States alone is not going to fix the climate crisis. We really have to band together as a community, and the whole world has to come together. And so even though just changing one little bit isn't going to fix it, it's definitely going to help. And every step is a step towards progress, and it's something that we weren't doing. And one of my favorite things that I love when people are when I'm talking to people about change, about progress, about, anything really that you've been working on is, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's not going to, you're not going to see the results. You're not going to feel it. You're not going to be able to have that tangible change. But every single thing you have done, you didn't do before. And so you're making progress always. And that's really what we want to make.
I love that quote, Rome wasn't built in a day, but every hour's bricks were laid. And so that's the thing, is we want to be just every person, every action be one little brick.
Yeah.
In the roads.
And intentional, just creating a community where we feel like there's something that can be done. And as I was saying about how when I was a kid, I kind of thought this was being taken care of for us, for our generation to grow up so we didn't have to worry. That's obviously not the case, but we can make that happen. And coming together, a ton of ants, thousands and thousands of ants together can build this awesome anthill, make all these tunnels and make all these systems, but just one ant can't do anything. A raindrop is nothing, but millions and millions of raindrops can fill an ocean, can fill a lake. So coming together and creating a community where together we can really do anything.
Yeah, so come join us, become part of the Green Lighthouse tribe.
It's going to be so cool. I'm very, very excited. We're going to pave the way and hopefully be a light for anybody out there who feels the way we feel, and hopefully do some super amazing things.
Love yourself, love others, love the planet.